Hey everyone, it is time for a real estate market update. Commercial and residential markets are like the wild, wild west right now with COVID-19. So there's a ton to go over. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. I could have a 45-minute market update. There's just so much data coming in and it's all over the place. So let's start with residential. Residential DFW in the second quarter was number one in Texas, but it was still down 11.5% in the second quarter for the same time last year. That's better than the national average, which was down well over 20%. And then for the month of down over 20%. For the month of June, we saw a big recovery bounce at 16% higher in the DFW area. So we're seeing inventory at the lowest level we've seen in 3 years. So it's reminiscent of 2017 is what it reminds me of, where we're seeing multiple offers on homes and just not enough inventory out there for a particular buyer out there. So we're seeing prices starting to increase. So we're starting to see an inflationary environment in real estate. So it's great for the seller, not so good for the buyer. New home sales were up 18%. And so that tells me, and that was last month, that tells me that, and I've talked to some new home builders. They're telling me that they're not having to deal with the COVID as bad, and they didn't even end the shutdown because people don't live in the home, so they don't have as much of a risk. Excuse me, other than people looking at the home. So there's nobody living there, and people are more willing to look at those homes. So new construction is doing really well, breaking records one after another. If we look at the sales, let's dig in here. There's a lot to talk about. So the numbers are phenomenal for sales, up 9% in Collin County, Dallas County 9%, Denton 20%, Ellis 13%, Kaufman 48%, Rockwall up 39%, and Tarrant up 7%. So Kaufman at 48%. Again, buyers are still looking for value. Excuse me, sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. Don't have COVID, I promise. But I do have a tickle in my throat. Much better. Okay, so buyers are still looking for value. 48%, that's a crazy number, of course, coming out of COVID and being shut down. So there's a lot of pent-up demand. You got low interest rates, and buyers are out there buying right now, guys. Let's look at the numbers for North Texas homes for sale. So single family sales were up 16%. So for the whole area, 16%. Days on the market up 11%. Pending sales, that's a lead indicator into July, up 28%. And listed for sale, down 36%. So you're seeing a huge drop in inventory, and more buyers creates this unbelievable seller's market that we haven't seen maybe ever. And the downside to that is it creates an inflationary environment that prices of homes are going to start escalating. So we're already beginning to see that, especially here in Rockwall County, but we're seeing it all over the Metroplex. But mark my words, they're going to go up until we see an infusion of inventory, which is going to happen. Once everybody gets comfortable, then it's going to bounce back the other way. But unbelievable numbers, and if we take it and narrow it down to our markets in the counties, Rockwall County, if we look at median sales price up 11%. So there's that inflationary environment I was telling you. We have lack of inventory, plenty of buyers. We're going to see prices increase. That's what's going to happen. Dallas County up 1.5%, Kaufman County up 2.5%, and then Collin County up 1.6%. Kaufman County is really interesting because it's seen 48% increase in sales and only a 2% increase in price. tells you there's a ton of homes being built in that area. So let's go to month supply. So are we here? You can see we're just going back to a seller's market in the fastest way that anybody's ever seen. Inventory's down 39% in Rockwall County, 30% in Dallas County, Kaufman County down 49%. Of course, that tons of sales there, and Collin County down 45%. Inventory is getting sucked out of the system, guys. Rockwall County is down 30% on homes for sale. Dallas County down 28, Kaufman down 37, Collin down 43. There you go. And then so homes for sale is way down. New listings are down. They're still dropping. You're 30 down 3.7, down 7, down 9, and down 10 in Collin County. But here's the kicker. Pending sales are up 35%, 19%, 41, 30. Mark my words, guys. Home prices are going to see a spike over the next couple of months. I think it's going to stabilize once we're just kind of seeing when people get comfortable and start listing their homes again. But until then, we're going to see some crazy inflation. I have a feeling. I'm really curious to see what the next couple of months look like on price increases. And it's a good time to sell your house over the next couple of months. Might be the best time for the next 10 years. Just a little window. I think it's going to stabilize after the next couple of months. So closed sales are up 31% in June, 8% in Dallas, 56% in Kaufman County, and 9% in Collin County. Just crazy numbers, guys. So that is our residential update. Let's move on to commercial. So why are we still seeing lots of buyers in our area? Because this isn't the story of our nation where we're seeing this huge seller's market come into play. This is not the story of our nation. It's the story of North Texas. And the reason why is because of jobs. So there's company after company after company moving their headquarters to our area because of the affordability of living, the taxes, the workforce we have now here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So Ready Ice is a company that's moving its headquarters here recently, announced. Michaels is moving its headquarters here. All of this creates a great economy for North Texas. So we're in a great area, and we're blessed because I'm telling you right now, other parts of the country are not feeling that way. And I know even in our area, we have a lot of people that are hurting, and we are feeling it in different ways, especially in the commercial market. So the commercial market, commercial building and apartment construction in North Texas was down. So new construction was down 2% in the first half of the year. But compared with the nation, which was down 22%, it's a phenomenal read. But across the country, brakes are being put on new development. Lenders are pulling in the reins. They're tightening constraints on new developments. For example, we're leasing a property, a new prime retail spot in Sunnyvale that's going to be a great location. Well, before this, that we weren't being required as stringent measures to start construction. Now they want more commitment from the tenants and more tenants in place before the banks are going to lend on it. So things are changing, especially in the commercial world. We're not feeling it in the residential world in our area as much, but we are in the commercial world. So DFW leads the nation still in apartment leasing. During the first 6 months of the year, now we're going to go to warehouse. 13 million square feet of net warehouse was still leased in DFW, leading the nation. Warehouse. That's where it's at in DFW. We need storage. There's just not enough storage for all these data centers and distribution centers. Everything we're doing online, creates a demand for space and storage and distribution. And so that market is not feeling it. New study, and so here, let me pull this up here for you guys. So Dallas-Fort Worth market has 22 million under construction still, and Dallas-Fort Worth has the highest net absorption. So that means they're leasing the most space, and we're taking in the most space in the whole country by a big margin. I mean, Chicago is the closest, and Pennsylvania as far as new construction. So there's the measurements in warehouse distribution space. It's a hot market. That has not been hit. But office space is taking a hit. So down 2 million square feet of occupancy. And that's what we're seeing in declines. In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, we're also seeing retail vacancies on the rise. It's tough, guys. It's tough out there. Landlords are working with the tenants, trying to work through this, discounting, forbearing. The lenders are working with them, but there's only so much that you can work with somebody, and then that's just the payment. What about these business owners, small business owners that have to pay bills at home? And so it's just tough. It's tough. I keep saying this too shall pass, and it will pass. Of course, every downturn creates an opportunity, and so the opportunities are around the corner. And Mrs. Investor, I know you're waiting on it. Everybody's talking about it, waiting on the foreclosures in the commercial world, on retail space especially. They're predicting over the next 90 days we're going to see a lot of foreclosures because of the forbearance ticket really ended this month from lenders, and so people are going to be in a cash crunch that are over leveraged. So it's a sad situation, of course, but it always creates an opportunity for somebody. So that's everything as quick as I can bring it out to you guys on residential is hot. And it's not a good situation if you're a buyer because you don't have as much to choose from other than you have a lower interest rate. And so that's an excellent thing. For commercial, warehouse is booming. Multifamily is holding in there really good, especially compared to the nation's only down 2%. But the office and retail are getting hammered pretty good. So hang in there, guys. This too shall pass. If you need any real estate needs, residential, commercial, property management, we would love to help you here at M&D Real Estate Group. And always message me if you have any questions or thoughts on these market updates. Would love to be a resource for you. Have a great day.